cow. It's crazy. This is literally exactly like that.
Keep left, and then keep right.
This is insane. This is crazy.
Keep
There's the
right,
train station right
and
there.
then turn right.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back in to another episode of American Truck Simulator. Today we are checking out the Illinois DLC. Thank you again to SCS Software, American Truck Simulator, for sending us the early access version of this. Again, this is still early access. It is a work in progress, so if you see any bugs or anything like that, just know they will be polished off before DLC releases May 13th. So, let's go ahead and get into it. We are in downtown Chicago right now. If you guys saw the beginning of the video, you probably saw some comparison images. If you guys do not know, I am also from the great state of Illinois, just outside of Chicago in the suburbs here. So everything that I am going to be telling you is from first-hand experience of driving through the city. Actually, of recording this video, I was actually in the city today and drove on a lot of these highways. So I will definitely be giving my 2 cents into how realistic and pretty accurate that SCS has done with American Truck Simulator for the Illinois DLC. So today, let's go ahead and check out the load board and see what we want to do. Let's see here. Let's do a... we have a trailer, so we're going to do a cargo market. Alright, so we're going to leave out of Chicago. Let's go somewhere close. We don't want to make it too long today. Let's see what we got on the board. Go to Marion, Illinois. A little far out there. Go Des Moines, Mason City, just a little bit far away. Go to St. Louis, Jefferson City. We can go down to Champaign. We could go down to Champaign. That actually sounds like a good one. Let's do Champaign, and let's go from Ultimus to Flavor Fair. How about that? So it looks like we're going to be going just outside the city to pick up. We'll be going down to Champaign, Illinois, which I'm assuming... we might be taking 57. I'm not sure the route that's going to have us take. Let's go pick up our load. Let's hop in to our fan favorite Red 57X Western Star. Let's fire this baby up.
Ready to roll.
And we are ready to roll. Alright, let's get out of here. Alright, we're going to be obeying all the traffic laws and stuff, because you guys know the city. They will get you. So... let's see, we're going to turn left out of here. Funny enough, I actually went on I worked for my previous company, actually went to a dinner on a train car that's actually at that train station right over there. If you guys know Charter Steel, the Charter Steel company or whatever, they have their own private rail car. They kind of use as a, I guess, way to, schmooze clients, the typical sales stuff. So got to go on that, which was really exciting to see. So I'm very, very familiar with this area for sure. Let's see here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do 1 second. 1 second, guys. I'm going to change my graphic settings because I don't think they're all the way up. I'm going to change it up to Ultra real quick. And we're going to try this out. Hopefully it doesn't break on me, but I think we should be good. Who knows if it even makes a difference or not. I like it. We'll see if we start studying or not or lose frames, but we should be good. No, I hope all you guys are doing well. I know I obviously haven't been posting too much, just kind of been busy. As you guys know me, Kara and I, we actually bought a new house, so we've been moving in there. That's another reason why I don't have the camera on today. The place is a mess. So if you've seen my last stream, you guys saw all the boxes and stuff behind me. Yeah, so we're still kind of unpacking, getting used to things. We'll actually be getting married next April. So it's some other exciting times. I don't know if I've updated you guys. I got a new job as well. Working for a construction company. Still on the finance side, but working for a construction company just outside of Chicago. Funny enough, we actually do a lot of work in the city of Chicago. So if you see, let's see, these light posts and stuff like that, those were most likely probably put up by my company. So another cool thing to see in the game from first-hand experience. So it looks like we'll be hopping on to 9094 towards Wisconsin and Indiana. This road is usually full of traffic. Most hours of the day, honestly. I don't know if there's ever a free time where it's completely open other than middle of the night, but I think even then middle of the night it's probably filled with trucks. So let's go ahead and get over here. I believe in front of us, I believe this is the old, either is the old or is still currently the post office building. So very cool. It kind of just cuts right through it, the highway here. So very, very cool. Let's see here.
Keep right, and then exit right.
Alright, so we're going to go towards Wisconsin. So we're not taking this first one. We're just going to take this one to
Exit
Wisconsin.
right.
This should take us down to 9094. We'll drop down a little bit. And then out to our left side will be the west side, or commonly referred to as the West Loop area of Chicago. Right side obviously being the loop, where most everything usually is. So I think we should be good. We'll stay in our lane here. Now the speed limit is 45, so we are going to drop it a bit low.
Keep left.
I'm pretty sure the speed limit is actually 45. Well, now we're going to go up to 55. But we got to keep left here. So we're going towards Rockford. And if you take this exit, if you go right, that actually goes to the north suburbs up near like Lake Forest and Glenview, Northbrook, all of those good places on the north side. This will actually take you all the way to O'Hare Airport. So if you ever go to the city and going back to O'Hare from the city, you're most likely on this highway that we're actually just getting off of right now. Looks like we're going to
And then turn left.
pick up from a place over here.
Turn left.
Let's see. So we're going to be turning left up here. Looks like they got a walkway or something up there. I'm not really sure. Okay, a couple service centers. I think is that the airport? There's the airport right there, actually. So it is interesting. Obviously, I want to say, talking with some people from SCS, I think one of the challenges of this project was trying to fit in the scale of a big city into the large scale that SCS has used on majority of their map projects. When you look at a state like Texas versus a state like Illinois, and you focus on Dallas with how big it is versus then you take the actual square miles of Chicago, and most likely probably not the same. So it's interesting, but I think they've done a phenomenal job of including the bigger picture things, trying to highlight as much as they could, but also not not necessarily like ruining the scale, but I would say the challenge of the scaling factor. I think they did a phenomenal job, though. As someone who's born and raised in Illinois, just outside Chicago, I'm like, I feel like I am driving through the parts that I grew up in. So, very interesting and cool to see, as well as experience. I've been waiting for this since I was 12 years old, waiting for this Illinois map to come out. And now that it's finally here, super excited to showcase it. Obviously honored to get early access, but showcase it with you guys as well, so you guys can see firsthand the phenomenal job that SCS has done. So I just want to highlight that. Other than that, though, I mean, most of my life been pretty good. Would love to hear about you guys. How you guys doing? I know it's been a while since we kind of chatted and talked, but hopefully, guys, you're all doing good out there. I know I streamed a couple weeks ago. I know Barbecue hopped into that. If you guys know Barbecue, he's a good guy. Definitely a good guy to have. So I know he'll probably be watching this video, so shout out to Barbecue. Let's see if we can make this turn here. Hoping to try to do a little bit more, streaming and videos. It's just a little bit hard with my schedule, but trying to do the best that I can. And
Turn right.
there's other things, going going on, life gets you, and you're always trying to make the best of it. Enjoy life, do things you enjoy, and everything like that. So
Keep right.
I'd love to hear like what you guys are interested in. What are your hobbies? What are your interests per se? I've kind of had a stint with trading cards or
Keep left.
stuff like
And
that,
then
where I
turn
kind of got
left.
some One Piece trading cards. Obviously, there's the Pokemon stuff. You
Turn
get into
left.
like sports trading cards and everything like that. Kind of interesting industry. Obviously, my finance background and seeing how much it's kind of exploded. Oh, we're actually at the airport. How about that? Looks like we're gonna go into a big old 747 with its nose open. Oh, actually, no, that's not a 747. That's like what's the big plane? Is that the Antonon or something? I could be completely butchering that, but please let me know in the comments. I want to say this is like the biggest plane in the world, if not by size, I believe.
Finally.
But please let me
We
know.
are here.
Let's go ahead and load up our cargo market to where we are, and let me guess, it's not here. Oh, nope, there it is. We'll take this one instead. Yep, we'll take that one, or actually, no, we're going to take this one. Let's take that one. I want that one. Alright, now where do we got to go? Alright, we just got to go over there. I think we should be able to just pull right in. Let's see here. I think we should be good. Let's go ahead and put the four ways on so they see us. But getting back to what I was talking about, guys. Yeah, no, love to hear what you guys are interested, what your type of hobbies are. Kind of just, how you get through life. I mean, I'm managing, my 20s, going through them, trying to survive as best I can. I know everyone has their ups and downs in life. But, my life, I'm very, very thankful for everything I have. People and everything like that. Very fortunate. But no, I'd love to hear kind of what you guys are up to, what you guys find interesting. 'Cause it's always nice to see. Always nice to hear about different things people are into. Whether it be, some people are really into, cooking, and, some people are really into certain video games or American Truck Simulator. And let's see if I can not butcher this, not butcher this one here. Let's see. Yeah, so I'm always interested to hear what you guys are interested in, what you guys are up to. I feel like maybe we should plan like a convoy sometimes. Oh, we're actually in the spot. I'm just gonna readjust though. That's all right with me. Go a little bit this way. Because sometimes life just hits you, and you just need those comfort things that kind of keep you, grounded per se. Stay true to your values. That's one thing I'm definitely learning, in my 20s here. Like, what are my values? What do I want to do in life? What kind of impact do I want to have? Everything like that. So, and I think we're in. So yeah, love to hear what you guys think. Let's go ahead and drop this one off. Actually, not drop it off. Let's fill her up.
Okay, here
This
we go.
doesn't take too long. All right, hopefully we'll make it by nighttime. Hopefully we won't get too much darkness here. But we'll see. Let's go ahead and get on the road, though. How about that? Chicago O'Hare Airport. One of the busiest airports in the world. That's something, too. You ever fly into Chicago? When you land and you tell someone that you gotta get picked up, or you have a certain time you're supposed to be picked up at, whatever time you land, just know it's going to be about 30 to 45 minutes from when you land till you actually get to your gate. It's just that big of an airport, and most of the time you're stuck on taxiways, waiting for, other traffic, or other planes waiting, or sometimes you're waiting for a gate just because the airport is so busy that they are full at all the gates that are there. So just keep that in mind if you are ever traveling to the Chicago area, especially through O'Hare.
Keep left. And
Now,
then
if you're going
turn
through
left.
Midway Airport, that's a little bit of a different story. It is a much smaller airport. I think mainly Southwest
Turn
flies out of there. I
left.
think, Spirit did, I think, but obviously, with the recent news, Spirit Airlines no longer in business. So I do not think. I think Frontier might have some gates there, might fly a little bit in and out of there, which is interesting as well. So we got enough
Turn
fuel. Yeah, we got enough fuel. We got enough go-go juice. So we are good. Also curious, what are my viewers here? What are the like industries that they work in? Whether it be, if you're in the trades, the manual labor, if you're in an office job like me, or say you work down the road at the grocery store. I'd love to hear that too, because I always love connecting with you guys and sharing stories or just hearing what you guys are up to. Because I do think it's important to connect with my community. Try to keep growing it as much as I can.
And then turn right.
But yeah, no. So just feel free to put any comments down below.
Turn
Be sure to
right.
check them out. I'll be responding and checking them as well. Alright, so it looks like we're good. He can't go straight. He has to go, I think he's going left, so we're good to go. So it looks like we're going to be going back through the city on good old 9094. So it looks like we're going to go past all the big buildings again. Not too much traffic, which is always good, which is kind of surprising because most of the time this would be lined up with cars, where you'd just be joining traffic in a line full of cars. So, curious how that turns out with the traffic. I'm assuming they probably just didn't want to put too much traffic in to the game, which I totally understand, especially in this area. It's very congested. But yeah. Ooh, another thing I wanted to highlight. I know SCS has got some things they are cooking up. Obviously, they have Project Americas or something like that. I'm curious how the vehicles, I think they just announced like a Dodge. I think it's a Dodge Challenger, I think. They're becoming, obviously they have the Ford Bronco. I think they also said they're going to be coming out with the, let's get down to speed here to 45. I believe they have the Crown Victorian, right? The Ford Crown Vic. Just like an old cop car style, old police car. Which I'm curious too. I wonder if they have the police Chicago PD cars in the game. I've not seen any. The one I saw looked like a state trooper, which, granted, I think they might only do the state police. I don't think they do the local PD, even if it is a city. Thinking back to like Dallas and Houston, stuff like that, I do not believe that they were having their own vehicles for the cities. So, unfortunately, but I'm sure there'll be things out there you might get to play around with or something. Yeah, this right here is totally like 55. I take that to go back home. But we're about to transition to the Dan Ryan Expressway. So this will be heading through the south side. I'm not sure if we'll be able to see it, but that church peak does look very familiar. And if you know that, and if you're from the Chicago area, you know that the Chicago White Sox Stadium is very close by. It's actually off of 35th Street, I believe. I'm not sure what kind of streets they have listed on the Dan Ryan. So they have the Indiana Toll Road. Let's see what we got coming up here. I'm assuming they'll go 57. Will be coming up soon, as well as I-80. So you got 94 to Indiana. That makes sense. Let me go over here.
Keep right. And then
Yeah, so this Indiana Toll Road is actually pretty interesting. I believe this is the Skyway, which, if you're from Chicago and you know the Skyway, you know never to take it unless you really want to pay the $10, $15, whatever. I think it's like a $10 toll or something like that to kind of cut through Gary, Indiana, and get to the other side of Indiana, almost the tip of southwest part of Michigan, a little bit quicker. But most of the time, it is not worth it. Alright, so it looks like we could pick up speed a little bit. We go up to 55 here. I'm guessing we'll probably just stay on Interstate 57. I think it's going to take us all the way down. Yes, I did not see the White Sox Stadium, though, so I'm curious if they have Wrigley Field or not, too. Okay, so they got I-80 coming up here. Probably should get in this right lane.
keep left.
Excuse me, sir. Just want to stay here. Yeah, no, this is totally accurate. Back in the day, I'd take I-80 to go home right here, exit off there, continue west just a tiny bit, get back to my old childhood home. Yeah, no, this is completely accurate. I know exactly what this is. Next thing you know, the people from I-80 are going to be joining and merging on with us right over here. Usually there's some dealerships ahead. There's a couple warehouses, I think. So the right lane is going to end. So, sir, I believe I need to get over. Are you going to let me go? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Very nice of that young lad. Possibly a young lad, not really sure. Oh, we got a way station coming up. Uh-oh, the old 57 way station. Let's us see. Oh, we could bypass. Let's go. We got the green light. Green light, folks. And we could hop it up to 70 miles an hour as we cruise down to Champaign, Illinois. Alright, where are we at in terms of speed? Yeah, so way stations, honestly, I'm like, most of the time I'm driving by and the way stations are closed. Granted, I'm not usually on the highway midday during the week. Majority of the time, obviously, they're closed on the weekends, and most of the time after work and everything like that, they're closed as well. So, really don't have much experience with the Illinois way stations. They're not anything special. Most of the time, they're very, very old looking, I guess. There's really no upkeep to them. So yeah, there's not really much to it, but you know, all this stuff is very familiar. Now, I honestly haven't taken 57 south in a very long time, if really ever. Usually taking 55 south, like if I go down to St. Louis. Karen and I went to St. Louis about a year ago, I think. Oh. These guys are exiting here. A little Honda Civic. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. We did it. We did it. Went down to St. Louis about like a year ago, I think. Stayed in, I think it was just outside. I think we stayed in I want to say St. Charles. It was on the river, and I think it was St. Charles. Could be wrong, but we went down there. We took 55 the entire way down. So definitely a fun little experience for sure. Definitely a fun little experience. But honestly, most of the drive, there's not much to it. So, oh, that was the horn button. Making sure that still works. That is good. Alright, he's got a little cement truck, just a little mixer over there. No, we'll keep on trucking. So. Oh, let's make sure we stay in our lane. Oh, we got a bear in the grass ahead. Yeah, so that is the state police there. There he is. Yeah, this is really accurate. I mean, you do have, yes, it is mostly flat, but I'd say you have a little bit more vegetation, trees and stuff like that compared to, say, Iowa, where it is very flat and open. Here in Illinois, you usually, especially kind of outside the suburbs and even getting down to southern Illinois, you still have, some tree coverage, and this is all very, very accurate. Even getting down to the roadways too. Like, you even look at the roads, I'm like, they're not in pristine condition, and us Illinoisans know that for a first-hand experience. So, messing up the head tracker there. Yeah, no, a little bit about my life. So obviously, Kara's brother, he had his wedding. That he married his now wife, who was going to be my sister-in-law. So my brother and sister-in-law got married. Kara and I were obviously at the wedding. It was like 2 weekends ago, I think. Super fun, super fantastic. Very well put together, and gave us an idea of kind of what we wanted our wedding. So we're definitely in the planning stages of doing that as well, so we're super excited from there. But no, it was just good. I honestly haven't been to a wedding in a very long time. I think the last time I went was like my aunt's wedding, which I was probably like 6 years old, honestly. Which is kind of crazy to think about, but now I actually know, how to kind of walk through the wedding ceremony, as well as kind of what to expect throughout the whole night, being a groom and stuff like that. So definitely looking forward to that. Excited for that. I don't know. I was thinking about, there's a couple other like YouTube ideas that I have. Like obviously I want to make more truck simulator content, but there's other things that I'm like, I could do like day in the life videos of, my job as a, financial analyst. And I've seen those like meta glasses out there, the people that do, the day in life videos are just kind of like vlog stuff just through those lenses. And I feel like that's kind of like a cool POV or something, which I think would be kind of cool to, work with, as well as maybe even make some content for. So who knows? I'm open to a lot of ideas of kind of what I want to do. Obviously, I'm in my mid-20s here, so I'm kind of just living life, and whatever happens, and kind of trying out different things and see what I like. I feel like most of my life I really didn't know what I wanted to do, what kind of like my values were, or anything like that. So I'm kind of just I'm searching for that stuff now. And excuse me there. Oh, let's make sure we can climb up the hill. But yeah, so obviously just searching for those types of things. But obviously I'm like, the only way to really learn in life, what you like and what you don't like, is just try a bunch of things. So that's what young Connor is out here doing. Young Captain Con. So love to hear your guys' stories too. I feel like that's always beneficial and heartwarming to see you guys are doing well, and whether it's you love your job, or you love animals, or stuff like that. It's always good to hear those things. So we are actually approaching our destination here soon. So it looks like we're going to be turning left up here. So let's get in this left lane here.
Keep left, and then turn left.
So we are in Champaign, Illinois. I think this is just a one-way left turn, I'm thinking. But actually, it's a through street, but we're just going to go left, it looks like. Let's not hit this vehicle. Let's make the light, please. Oh, come on. Come on, little guy. Perfecto. Alright, so no right turn. Oh, looks like we are going to be going left, though. Champaign has been discovered, y'all. Alright, so where are we going to? So this is Flavor Fair.
Keep right.
So let's see what they got for us here. Got a plant entrance, so some sort of plant. Feel free to let me know in the comments what plant this is. Let's stop first. Check our left. Coming. Should be good to pull into here. Looks like we're going to take the long way around here. Ooh, we got a train coming. That's one thing too, like I like playing other games, whether it be Train Simulator, I did a little bit of iRacing too, which I thought was kind of fun. I don't know, like there's the aspect of just, playing the game. Do I want to make videos? Do I want to stream and just kind of have people check me out live? Based on my schedule and everything like that. So I'm still kind of working through of what works for me. So if you guys rather, like the streams, if you guys like, just the videos itself, feel free to let me know. Hopefully there's not a train coming. I really didn't look. Well, hopefully there's not. There's really not much place for a train to go. But yeah, no. So I'm always, looking for different ways to, give you guys content you want to see. I could be a news source for American Truck Simulator. I could post, updates to, new stuff that comes out, new DLCs that are, have been leaked, or, new features that have come out and trying them out firsthand. Still working on those things. So feel free to let me know what you guys want to see. I'm always open to ideas, but nothing short of amazing when it comes to making content for Captain Con. Look at that, folks. we have arrived to Champaign, Illinois. We've completed our first delivery in the Illinois DLC. And knowing that Illinois is my home state, I'm sure there will be plenty more to come. So, with that being said, that's an okay. We can back up a little bit. Let's back up a little bit here. How about that? Much better. Much better. Let's turn that baby off. And let's go ahead and unload our cargo. Look at that. Skillful. Everything that we could dream of. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in for another episode. Hope you guys are all doing well, staying safe, being happy. Feel free to put in the comments. Why don't you guys say, how about go Blackhawks? If you watch the video all the way through, actually you don't have to say go Blackhawks. Just mention something about a Blackhawk, the Blackhawks, or anything like that if you made it all the way to the end of the video, and I will know that you are a real one and you watched the entire way through. So without further ado, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.